welcome back to Isabella. And then, I still haven't gotten his voice. Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews? Absolutely sure. Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie's premiere. Now the film's just serving as background noise while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone in the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'd get all kicked out for sure. Though, with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out way before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I'd think we did something that offended her. Did we? And then I ran. You heard what happened after. I still think it's something else. It was standing right in front of me, Ash. He's one of the smartest people I know. But geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again? I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can. I am not going back there. Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house? Rose does the first floor tour. It ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella. There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head. Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years? He's getting southern. Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Emmergards to another. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and it remained that way up until its previous owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that? I didn't beg you as the religious type, Zach. Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place. That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone. You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you? Do you have a better idea? I know where. I could contact him for you if you want. You'd do that? Or we could find you a psychologist instead. There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers can kill. This is one of those. Ash, that's not a very appropriate thing to say right now. No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy is a psychologist too. Of course, Ashton, if you don't stop. Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him. Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name. Huh? What? Are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down? Sorry, scaredy cat mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one. But talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest, since this looks like it's bothering you a lot. Ash might be right, too. However, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me the suggestions to put my mind at ease. But it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing they are willing to hear me out. So, what do you think? It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want. I don't know. Who should I meet? I'll think about it. But if ever, I'd like to give talking to Andrew a try. Is that okay? Won't he have other things to do? He is a bit busy, but he'll make time for me. He's my go-to person when I'm stuck in something. He won't mind if I bring a friend with me this time. If you're sure. I guess that's settled it then. Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it, yet you're not even paying attention to it yourselves. It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place. It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you. And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this. Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now. I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is kind of splat. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her, willing me to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after, the kind only you can share with the people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house. Despite the late hour, the streets are still busting full of people, those about to head home, those set to meet someone, even those simply wandering about. Walking in this sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxbourne. I was afraid, too, at one point, back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends, and Ash? Who knows? He never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep, looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off. No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Huh? A sensation. Cold. Sickening. Drowning. My chest tightening. Breathing becoming labored. I can taste blood in my mouth. Edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless nameless people going on about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Breathing even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Whispering and whispering and whispering, calling out. No, not me. Somebody. Isabella! Earth to Isabella! At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps back into place. The murmur is gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises her eyebrow at me in question. Weren't you listening? Aren't you coming with me? Oh, yeah, just, okay. Sorry, I spaced out. You always do that. I follow her without complaint, but before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street. Where the voice came from. What other set of eyes might be staring at me? Nothing. There are only Zach and Ash watching us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. If I'm expecting to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach. See you guys some other time. Yeah, see you. Another glance and with a final wave we go off our own ways. I don't know what I saw, I don't know what I heard, I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep tonight, what would give back that normalcy in my life, then so be it. The darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in, and without warning, I'm falling. My eyes snap open. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep all hunched up the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through my window, and allow my breathing to slow down before entangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxembourg, or at least none that I can recall. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up to an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to. Oh, what time is it? Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up. Oh man, of all the times to oversleep, towel, where's my towel? Admittedly, it's a weekend, as an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, oh Lord, 1 box of donuts with peace offering won't be enough the second time around. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first, my mind conflicted whether I should just ignore it or answer it. But what if it's Rose? Already. Or worse, our boss. Oh, she's, in the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of my will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The caller ID reads Mama. Huh? It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now. That's an unusual time for them to call. Usually it's around noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather. Hello? Hello? Grace? How are you? Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there? We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know. There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I could do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are, Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. Again. I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own and, well, 8 Anne's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee-deep in debt. Great! That's great. Tell him congratulations from me, and let him know I'm going to send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico, Karen, Michael? I hope they're okay. They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school. Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing? It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach, from the way Mama's voice hitches, and she doesn't want to bring it up either. Papa, Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite. He's having trouble swallowing and lost a few pounds. But the doctors said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well. The money you sent last time helped a lot pay for it, by the way. Oh, I see. That's good. I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. but ever since he was diagnosed with the sickness 5 years ago, he has been unable to provide for us. Now, the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills all rest on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, excepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the costs of day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even accept help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything. I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma? Silence. I start to think the call got cut until, listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper? What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them. No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good, even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it. Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close out a large sale. Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama, you taught me not to lie, yet look what I'm doing. I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and E.G.'s school tuition, too. Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon. Kailan ka uwi? When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile, though Mama can't see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is, no need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns. Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay? Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while. There's a small commotion on the other end, the sound of gate opening, the voice of a child, EJ, talking excitedly about his day at school, and tapping her feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much. It's okay, Mom. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright? On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you. I love you. Bye. It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Closing my eyes for a moment, I take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swim inside my head. It's pointless to mull over these things now. Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold. Unfortunately, before I can take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt Mama forgot to say something. Mama, did you forget anything? Excuse you, I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping? Hold on, never mind. Get yourself in the office. Hurry. Office? What about the open house? Oh no, is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do I do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if you... No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then. There's a telltale din of several feet shuffling against a wooden floor and an indistinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. This isn't in any way comforting, but it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. I make it to our office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment, completely disheveled and out of breath. A feat if I had taken into account my usual travel time. Routine clamor, commented by a realty corporation Luxburn office, greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Papers rustling, telephones ringing at sporadic intervals, agents talking at varying volumes, staff moving about, and... Where the hell is Sue? Where are my employees? What the actual fuck, guys, of all times to disappear without notice? My boss's words turned muffled as someone else closed the door to his office, likely the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past week, he's been in a bad mood over a few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is half their workload has been shifted to the available staff, so as not to lose clients. Not that I mind the extra work. If anything, it means I'll have more to send to my family back home. Although the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this is indeed a bit worrisome. My bag barely touches the top of the table when Rose pulls me aside. Here, I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great. One after another, she thrusts a bunch of paperwork into my hands without explanation. A page flutters away from the top of the pile, and I lean down to pick it up, my eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. A purchase and sale agreement. Rose simply gestures her thumb in the direction of our visitor lounge when I tilt my head in question. There, seated on the sofa and looking completely out of place in a humbly decorated room, is the same couple from the day before, the Wrights. Something bubbles in my throat. Their presence can only mean one thing. They're buying it? We got a deal? She swats at my hand, tucking her sleeve, although her eyes are light with something akin to joy. She wants the sale to happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed yet. Documents need to be signed, but the elation is there, along with the foreboding feeling I can't quite pinpoint. I have to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property even before they attended the open house. I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer. I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madame Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate the lower rate. One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean? They're paying 15% higher than the listing price, as long as we get their paperwork done as soon as possible. I think if we allow it, they'd be paying up front too. Even with that urban legend? Rose nods. Oh, I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday. Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them. Please, I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing. Don't they have better things to spend money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest possible price if I were in their place, especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just the agents who are going to receive the hefty commission after all. Nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling that she's heading back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish what work she's left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest, since it has put him in a better mood to the entire office's relief. Madame Hannah calls me over the moment she notices my presence at the lounge door. Her lips are twisted in a frown. She doesn't seem particularly happy to see me, and I'm not surprised. Who wouldn't be? I almost created a scene. Mr. Wright, however... Why, if it isn't the little Lily! I trust you're feeling well now. It's Isabella, sir, not Lily. I appreciate your concern. I'm feeling better now. I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement. I I believe I can take that. Thank you very much. With how elegantly she plucks the paper from my hands, it's easy to think that there isn't a trace of irritation in here. But it is there, radiating in her stiff stance, the way she's standing at a fair distance from her husband, and how the two look to be ignoring each other. Seeing the scene, it soon becomes clear to me I'm not the one who has put her in a bad mood. Did they fight? Yes, probably. I've seen it happen dozens of times with my previous clients. It's a shame, especially with their new mansion. I never did like it when my own mom and papa fight. I hope they'll make up soon. Apparently, satisfied with what she's seen, Ma'am Hana clasped her hands together before extending it to a shake. Rose and I released the breath we've been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture. That settles it, then. Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings, something with a modern touch? Something not haunted, perhaps? There strikes me a warning glass that clearly says, don't make a scene, we're almost there. Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling? A hub would should be a nice addition. Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have brought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it. Well, there are still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know when we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am. Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan, after all. You know how much thought should be put in those things. There are servants for that, darling. Love, servants or not, you're going to make people listen to your input nonetheless. No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us. Excellent! Well, then I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget, she discreetly folds something into both our hands and winks, a finger raised to her lips. What happened the day before was quite unfortunate, but you did get us what we wanted in the end. That, at the very least, is commendable. But this is, ma'am, I can't accept this. Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for job well done. She smiles sweetly like this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world. Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you had her a copy of the floor plans as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house. Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible. I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed. Just like that, transaction over and done with. My mind's still reeling even after they left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. A part of me feels lucky about the fact. No lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of minds. Just talk, signatures, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part? A second ago, we sold a haunted property to two innocent clients. Sure, the commission's big, but big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and hospitalization. Big enough to pay for all 4 of my younger siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll even keep me away from my instant noodle diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well, once the deal has been closed, much to my sanity's relief. But knowing something's in there, and you gave it to a good couple despite that? Oh, Isabella, The things you'll do to sell a house and get money. Papa won't be happy with that. At least I have good news to tell next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore. Well, there's something. So, how does it feel? How does what feel? Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but it's got to be memorable for you. Memorable is an understatement, Rose. Come on, show us some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too. Aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you going to do with it? I don't know. Send it home, probably. All of it? Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses. Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have taught you before we ended your training. She sinks the arm over my shoulder and leans in closer to my ear, as though she's about to share a big secret. It's okay to celebrate from time to time. I don't get it. It's simple. Go out and do something for yourself. Throw a party, treat your friends to free food. Didn't she say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal. Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive? Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice, too. Thank you very much. I don't think my apartment's big enough for that. You could always move. Bloody hell, you're working in real estate. I think I'll pass. Too much of an unnecessary expense for me. But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well. You go do that. Hold on a sec. She quickly removes herself from me to answer the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds. Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you the copy of the contract if... Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She's one of BRC's top agents, no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course, I learned eventually I had to, but someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once, though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story of what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimming with what yet to be fulfilled dreams and ambitions, she was a term or two away from a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further. But perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one similar experience in our respective lives. I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you. New client? Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all? Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet? None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. Must be another reason. Who knows? Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later. She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out of the office. The lunchtime bell sounds shortly afterward, followed by the chatter of fellow agents also heading out for a much-needed break. Ordinarily, there's no need for me to go out, but oversleeping didn't allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today. If one considers taking an instant meal come from my pantry, packing your lunch... Time's to make good on that promise I made to Becca, I suppose. Maybe invite Zach and Ash, too. In the end, only Becca and Zach could come. Ash, on the other hand, couldn't be reached at all. All my calls went straight to his voicemail. He's at it again, right here, today, gone the next. Oh well, his loss. We have agreed to meet at a nearby cafe, the same one I frequent with Becca because it's cheap and they give away free bread around closing time. Quaint, a little old-fashioned, though looks a wee bit out of place amidst the city's tall buildings, but we love it all the same. Much like its facade, the interior carries an antiquated charm to it. Vintage art pieces and a row of shelves boasting an extensive collection of books cover the walls. It would have been nice to hang out here for hours on end, but even on a weekend, the place is still packed with people. Thankfully, Becca and Zach have already found seats and are engaged in some casual chatter when I arrive. It's strange seeing the two of them without Ash accompanying them. Sure, they talk when they meet, laugh at the same things when there's something funny, but there's distance. The kind born purely out of differing interests. That, or Zach's simply afraid of Becca. It's not impossible, and I won't blame him if he is. He might be the tallest in our group, but everyone knows that it means nothing against Becca's temper. Even I'm a little scared of her. Zach! Becca! Well, you seem to be in a better mood today. What happened? I know that smile, Belle. Come on, Sibyl. Don't rush me. Let's order food first, okay? A waitress comes by to take our order. On a normal day, me and Becca will order a hearty serving of their special vegetarian stogies. Zach takes anything with a good helping of meat, sausages, or potatoes in it. But today's a good day. Great, even. It's not wrong to indulge a little, right? Today's special for 3. Even the person jotting down our orders looks surprised at today's meal choice. She writes it, nevertheless, and leaves without a comment. Becca furrows her eyebrows, her mouth halfway open, ready to let loose what's likely a string of reprimands. Don't worry, it's my treat. The glare she sends me my way reminds me of the one I received from Mama when I punched a kid bullying my younger brother 18 years ago. Naturally, I never did it again after she made me apologize the next day. But Becca's far from being my mom. A small sheepish grin is enough to turn that frown into a defeated sigh. Food arrives in the middle of a funny story from Zach, putting the rest of the conversation on hold as we are served our order. It isn't anything fancy. Pan-roasted sea bass with citrus-dressed asparagus and a portion of mashed potatoes on the side. Or at least that's what the daily special board says. I never did pay attention to whatever I come here, since they price whatever's written down way above what I'm willing to spend on food for a single day. Oh, good. I'm so hungry. I think I'm dying. You're always hungry. Hey, not all the time. Let me guess. You skipped breakfast again. Not on purpose. I may have overslept by a few seconds today. Right then. Stop stalling, Isabella. What's this about? Let her say it, Rebecca. She wouldn't be inviting us out if it ain't worth hearing out. Well, we're waiting. I'm treating you guys to a once-in-a-century thing. An expectant grin breaks out of my face, except... I'm sorry, say that again? And this is important because... Becca only raises an eyebrow at me while Zach appears like he didn't get the punchline to another lame joke Ash made, and is desperately searching for someone to explain it. Oh, bummer. Maybe I should rephrase it. Okay. Let me do that again. Guess what, guys? I'm paying! I sold the house! As the news sinks in, their expression goes from sheer bewilderment to utter surprise. That's more like it. You heard me right, lady and gentlemen. As of today, I, Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos, am free from my instant noodle binge. Seriously? Hold it, Belle. You sold the house? Yep. Which house is this? In Ainsland Village? The one with the open house yesterday? The one and only? Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that. Oh, wow, that's... She lets out a hum as though nodding. She gives the impression of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is still forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Have some faith in me, Becca. Am I not your best friend or what? You don't believe me? The words tumble out of my mouth before I can stop them. I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging by the looks on their faces, it seems they are too. Me and my stupid mouth. I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella. No, I do believe you. But you don't think that sale happened a bit too fast? I hope open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer. It happens from time to time. Yeah, but... Look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday you've been really worried you were to get money from your dad from your treatment, and now all of a sudden you have something. What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out? Isn't it a little early to celebrate? Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed a deal yet, there's still a chance to go back on it. They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour. Pressured me into it, more like. But I'm not going to tell Becca about that. Knowing her, she'd only worry. And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design. You're joking! Who would do that? The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra. Something as in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal. I'm more surprised you accepted it. She really didn't give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legend, too. I even tried to show them the letter, but nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money. You don't really think they believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle. Well, it's you. Right. You know what? I'm just going to eat all of these by myself. I begin to gather their plates to my side, the food in each still untouched. A laugh almost escapes my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changes to disappointment. Becca's hands interrupt me as I'm about to pull her plate closer to me. I'm kidding! Don't get all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa. I'm sure he's going to be fine now, though. With the money? They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time. I allow myself to smile. Genuine and uninhabited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you long enough. But today, things simply feel a lot lighter with them here. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. A laugh here, a playful jab there. Most of it is spent on catching up and telling stories about whatever's keeping us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of the party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time. If Becca notices, are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary? What? No, I'm okay. No worries, Rebecca. Doesn't sound okay to me. It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass. Is it about the reviews this morning? A pained expression crosses Zach's face, and almost immediately Becca retreats in her inquiry as though the man's look is enough of an answer for her. I look between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? This is why I don't like waking up late. You heard about those, huh? Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning. Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place. I should have expected it. What reviews? Becca glances at Zach, her emotions unsure, as asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, it's always been better to wait. Let him speak on his own. Becca, too, to some extent, although with her, explosions of temper are more common. In the end, he simply answers with a shift of his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on with the tilt of his head. It's his movie. That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca. Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary. Is it something bad? Not bad, per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much. Bad? Listen here. I wanted to realize what those ballheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs. From how her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down as soon as she sends me a hard look. This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some ball bag just insulted him. Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot. I don't care about you two, but calling the Empire film an out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hours of my life, among other things, is exactly a critique any decent moviegoer would make. If you could call that a critique. Did we even watch the same film? Or maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do. You're giving up. It wasn't a question. It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal. But you worked on it for months. It doesn't look like it matters to those people. Don't say that! My palm strikes the table, sending the tableware on top clinking against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would at an unruly student. Becca's probably proud. I didn't mean to yell, but there are some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He, of all people, should know. It's just a review. Except they're pretty well-known critics. Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shot on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca? An amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to her. What does she find so entertaining here? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I haven't read what those people wrote about his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. I should know, after all, I'm failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself that what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me, except for those doodles I make in class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her riled up like this. Whatever I'm about to say gets lost in my tongue as a flash of embarrassment blooms across my face. It was a heat of the moment thing, and anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit? What exhibit? Classified information. Even if I bring you your favorite tonight? Nope, not a chance. Oh, come on, I thought we weren't supposed to have secrets. A burst of laughter comes from Zach. Thanks, you too. I might need some time alone for myself for a while. Just to think about how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face. There's no face at all. Only a poor imitation of puppy eyes, if you could call this one. You promise? I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. Awards night ain't for another week. And that's all the answer I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, the fulfillment of knowing another person you know won't take the same path you walked. It's not like it's over for me, though. I still have time. I could come back. Do my own thing. Do what I really want to do. Surely once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose. Hey, Isabel, you at the office? Ha ha, very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up. Don't, I'm kidding. The RC says the full copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up. She states that as if already explained everything. Then, out of the blue, she launched a long rant about the awful state of Luxbourne streets. All of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next object of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in that regard. I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers! When she has finally ran out of the things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick, mumbled plea for me to meet the right interior designer in her stead, and, anyways, I'll leave it to you. Bye! Thanks! Classic Rose. She ends the call without even asking for my input. The sky is cloudless, and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately, not to mention my boss's mercurial moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though, the streets of Luxbourne remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement, a small reminder of things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me. Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on the shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing and boring into my very soul, like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time, only a plea, a hum, low and indistinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All of my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls. Leave me alone. Her mouth is stretched and clean, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arms and her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after what I got for Papa. No, stop. Leave me alone. Her face contorts and she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There is only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself. Please, I don't want this. Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarse from the screams I didn't even notice already coming out of my mouth. The back of my feet catches on loose stone, sending me spiraling onto the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of haze, blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry as he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us. What happened? Billy, you okay? My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home at the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up. Anything to get this wretched sensation out. You were screaming! Zach, call someone. No, don't. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later. Careful, don't stand up yet. Stay put. Isabella? Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone. I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it quickly comes off as a grimace. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stifling. Everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as the group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas. Enough. That's enough. Shiver passes over me. Though it's not clean, the hair is still hanging damp against my back, and with the draft that enters the room from the windows I left wide open. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter cautiously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me, knowing that she's real and might go out after people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in silence nearly stops me to a halt. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking the showers hours ago. Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Thank you so much for spamming my inbox, scaredy cat. Hey, Ash. What's wrong? I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage. Really? You sold it? Don't sound surprised. I told you. You don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Whoever said I was interested in that house in the first place? But you said... Despite his light tone, his snicker only comes off as annoying to my ears. I have to fight the urge to end the call right then and there. Stupid Ash. You're such an ass. And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever. Now that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew? I pause. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic in the first place. Is he okay with that? Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon. What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning? Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway. Great! I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep. Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock. Another round of chuckles comes from him. Oh, I will live for the day when he'll stop making fun of me. Just you wait, you ashhole! And he clears his throat. And, Isabella? His sudden, diffident tone sends my eyebrows shooting up to my hairline. Is this world ending today? Yeah? Did you forget something? Do you think never mind. Good night. He hangs up instantly. Rude. Completely rude. I didn't even get to thank him. A busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one was saying this will work. Even I'm doubtful it will. But right now I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare.